at 7 p.m. I'll call this meeting to order. Start with the salute to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic with which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Thank you. Excuse me.
roll call, please.
Mayor D'Amato,
Here.
Councilman Catalano,
Here.
Councilman Graziano,
Here.
Councilwoman Hudson,
Here, out of breath, but I'm here.
Councilman Julin,
Here.
Councilwoman Schubert, Councilman Yazdi.
He will be late. We also have our municipal clerk, Brianna Smith, business administrator, Michael Sondermeyer, and our borough attorney, Fred Samara. This meeting is called to pursuant of the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. Adequate notice of this meeting was advertised in the Herald News on January 12, 2022. Copies were provided to the local news media and posted continuously in the municipal building. A copy of this notice is available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk. Per state fire code, I am required to acknowledge that there are two emergency exits in this council chambers. The main entrance which you enter through, and a secondary exit to the left of where I am seated. If there is an emergency, walk orderly to the exits, exit through the door, down the stairs, and out the building. If there's any questions, please raise your hand. We do not have any non-agenda items tonight, but we do have a presentation for a dedication of a street for one of our veterans. Mr. Bailey's here? Okay. Well, first, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
As you noticed, throughout the town of Bloomingdale, we like to honor our veterans. And with the help of Ray Boz, who's not here tonight.
Yeah,
You spoke to Ray, he put this all together. So it's my honor, and I believe SP4 is the highest rank before corporal, if I look it up right today on the internet. So it's my pleasure to present this to you. First of all, this will be the sign that's coming up. For Charles Gurriel, Vietnam Army veteran, SP4. This will be proudly displayed on Elm Street in Bloomingdale. So this is for the family.
Thank you.
And then our DPW will get this installed. So we want to come down and do the family one of the Then again, you know, our veterans are really important to us. We like to recognize them as often as possible, and by the street overlay, we believe that's honoring our veterans for the town of Bloomingdale, as we are doing the banners and things. So, again, it is my pleasure to give this to you, give that to you, and this will be displayed around. Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll leave the motion to open up for early public comment, please.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anyone wishing to come up and speak to an agenda item?
Biggest expand, Dan. Under the consent agenda, the emergency at Rollship Bergen and delayed to Fields, what was that for?
I believe it's a 2-inch water main that fed our sprinkler systems, which was broke
Both of you.
on both fields, though they had to be repaired, obviously. So we just declared an emergency so we can
How
get
did the
that taken
sprinkler
care of.
system break?
I don't know. It's a
I've had
2.
my sprinkler system for 20 years.
I'm with you, the same thing, but it's the main that came in and fed. Mike, if you could probably touch more on this than I know.
Yeah, the laser one was hit, well, they were putting up a fence, and then I'm not sure what happened to the one in Walty Bergen, but it broke as well. And we had to replace the valves and also heads up there as well that were damaged at the time.
And I know that.
And we had to get it done with Little League games and stuff with that.
Right,
so we
and I
had-
believe the field was flooded.
It was,
I
that's how we
remember
found it.
correct,
Yep,
yeah.
when we turned it on, it flooded the
So-
fields.
You sure?
You should check to see if it was done correctly, because I mean, as I said, I've had mine for 20 years, and I've never had something like that happen.
My own, I've had heads break, or,
Heads break.
you know, I've hit it with a shovel, but nothing that big, but it had to be fixed, so on both of them.
There you go.
Okay, and the New Jersey Department of Transportation grant application? What was that for?
That's to authorize the, to apply for the New Jersey grant.
2 roads.
We're doing 2 roads, right?
We're applying for 2 roads
For Catherine
in Bailey.
and Bailey Ave. And there's nothing to say we're going to get that. This is just to approve the, to go for the application.
Is that going to be just for the roads, or is that going to be also for the sidewalks?
Just, right, we're applying, there are no sidewalks on Bailey, so it's just road. Catherine is 90% just road, and then the back of the front from Elizabeth over to about a quarter of the way down is some sidewalks there, and they did put that on the grant, but we haven't decided yet whether or not it'll be assessment or not. Or the mayor and council have not decided. But it will be part of the grant. We're trying to get as much money as we can.
But I believe
From the grant,
if
and
they
then-
approve the sidewalk portion of it, we cannot assess the residents because the grant will pay for it. You can't double dip, just like we did on Union Ave.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else wishing to come up? You have something you want to, we can, if you don't want to wait, I can bring you up.
What do you mean, bring me up?
Well, if you have a, if
You
you,
gotta state your
Well, I didn't
name.
know if you got to stick to your agenda. I didn't realize this was a workshop. I thought it was ridiculous.
well, we kind of run them both pretty much the same way.
But you got to know why I'm here, right?
If
Name and-
Mike told me.
Name and address.
Name
So
and
if you just
get
want to come up, Brian,
Brian.
and you can state your name and address this way, I won't hold you up.
State my name.
And your address.
Address?
Put your right hand up.
No, you don't need it.
No, just kidding.
Brian Spellman.
103 Natalie, 62nd Street, 109 Hamburg. We use them all. It's a night vendor.
They do. Natalie's his residence.
Yeah. Good.
But my thing is that truck. Why is there a ghostwriting black DPW pickup truck now? I won't even get on that Tahoe. What are we doing with a 4-door pickup truck that we can't do any work with? Why does it have ghostwriting on it? And why are those windows tinted on that truck?
You want to handle that? You want me
Well,
to?
I sent Brian a message. That's the way the
Well,
black.
he sent me the same message last time with that Tahoe, you
Well,
know, and
I didn't tell you we weren't doing ghostwriting last time.
Well,
You can pull the message up. We're not doing it now.
Let me just
anymore.
give you my version of the ghost riding. I'm against it. Okay? That
you're a
truck.
man, aren't you?
I am the man, all right? But when I saw that, the first thing I did was grab the assistant superintendent and said I did not like it. A DPW truck should be lettered as DPW as such.
Right. But did you ask him who paid for that? Because it did say Bloomingdale, DPW in big white letters when it first got here. And then next thing I saw it like that. The other morning I saw it go down my road and I thought it was a cop car. And I would have stopped them because I want to know why they put privacy slats around that retention pond on, the hell, it's real down from my road. I don't
Woodlot.
know.
Woodlot.
On Woodlot. Why would you do that?
Just cover it up, unsightly.
Well, yeah, I
Weeds
know
and
it's
stuff in there
unsightly,
and-
but right, but clean it up. You know, you had the DPW in there cutting it, but you needed to dredge that thing, you needed to do things properly. You know what I mean? Weeds are gonna go through that just as much as it did when it was just chain link. But anyway, it was early in the morning, I saw that truck go down, I thought it was a cop, and then afterwards, I'm like, that was that goddamn Tahoe. And I would've went down there and talked to him about it, but I didn't know it was a DPW.
I don't disagree with you. When that truck came in, normally the truck goes out in his letter, it comes back like a regular DPW truck with the emblem on the side, and it's a DPW vehicle. I'm in agreement with you. To me, it looked like a police vehicle, and in today's world, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
All right, so we are addressing it. We do have more trucks coming in, which will, the ghost letting will not be there.
Okay, but what, that pickup you just bought, 2500 Chevy, 4-door. What good is a truck like that to this town?
We'll be able-
It's a pickup, so obviously it
It's a
functions
4-door
as that.
pickup. You should have 2 guys in the truck, if you should. What do you need a 4-door?
It was on a lot, that's the reason we got it. There was no wait. If we had to put an order in, it would be a 6-month.
Well, it's
I
true.
haven't
That's
seen a
exactly
black
right. It was
truck
the
on a
same
lot
place.
ever. But
Both of those
especially
trucks
these
were.
days.
That's pretty much all that was on the lots for a while was only black. That was not really
I
optional
buy
for
trucks
us.
all the time.
No, I'm
My
saying,
trucks are
you
all
have to,
green, and they're slowly turning white because that's all you can buy.
but keep in mind that we buy through
Co-ops.
a co-op.
right.
So that does change things as far as what we
Right,
have
but you go down
that's
to like
offered.
Stall, the utility bodies, there's thousands of trucks sitting down there. I'm like, why are we all, hurting for trucks? There's thousands of them down here. Everyone is white. Every single one.
I don't even know where that is. We just,
Take a ride. Take a ride.
give me, I'll go look. But I'm in agreement with the ghost letter.
But nothing's gonna happen about it.
Oh, yes, it will. It
Yes.
will not happen again, I guarantee it. I guarantee
Why did it
it.
happen now? And what use is that pickup truck to us?
We have other trucks that are just like that. We plow with it, they can pull trailers with it. It's a useful vehicle to the borough. It is. It is. You might not think so for what we do, but, you know, we can pull
They're not heavy
landscape
enough
trailers
to
with
push
it.
snow, Really?
It's a 2,500, right?
2,500, but they're not heavy enough when you get into this real stuff.
Well, when we're doing parking lots and stuff like that, it's the other trucks we have that. I mean, I'm not an expert in plowing, by no means.
Right.
All right, but when our DPW recommends this is what we buy, we kind of take them for what they know. We went down, a group went down and looked at the trucks that we have. We know things have to be replaced because they show us. But when they decide what size they want, I don't know. That's, you know, it's beyond me because I don't plow, you know. I have a 2,500.
You should ask the 100 local contractors.
I have a
in this.
2,500. I could pull a 12,000-pound boat. I just, you know.
Not legal.
I mean,
Not legal.
I would just make the argument that from the usefulness of a vehicle perspective, right, on the agenda today, we have 3 emergencies that we declared in town, 2 that happened at the exact same time. We got to be able to get staff out to where they need to go. I mean, you have to have a vehicle to get them there, so
Have
if
you
you
been
have
down
ideas,
that DPW yard?
I-
And what's down there for trucks?
I'm just saying, you
Come on.
have to have a vehicle to be able
Come
to get
on.
them there.
Right. Come on. I've been in this town a long time. So, all right.
It's a long
All right.
walk.
We're not gonna get anywhere here, so.
No.
Thanks.
But I agree with you, the ghost, that should not be there.
Actually, quick question, something Brian said. You said the truck was originally marked DPW, and then it was converted over?
It had big letters Bloomingdale on the side of it.
Still
A
does.
week later, it was ghost written out. So we paid to letter that truck twice.
I didn't,
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't aware of that, that it was,
The truck we just got, the pickup truck was not.
No, no,
No.
no. We're talking the top.
the black Tahoe with the
That was
ghost.
lettered white Bloomingdale, big letters on that thing.
I never saw, okay.
I don't
yeah,
remember seeing that.
I don't.
I don't remember
Like,
seeing
you all
that.
right?
Is that true, Mike?
The Tahoe.
It was
Yeah, we
lettered,
ghosted, he ghosted it out,
was it done in white and then we ghosted it out after that?
I believe.
Well,
I'll
that,
double check.
can
But
you
I believe.
please deal with that? Okay,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
okay. Anyone else wishing to come up? Seeing no one, motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, reported committees?
Got one for Sloan Park Festival. So we had it on Friday. It was a great success. The turnout was phenomenal. A lot of us were there. It was a great community event. There is another one that's coming up September 9th. It's going to be similar, different musical venue, well, different musical group, but similar type of genre that we saw to that night. I'd like to say a thank you to the committee who did a lot of work on this, including Linda Bennett, Sally Basili, Gail Lavelle, Angelo Curro. I'd also like to thank the borough administrator, who was instrumental here, the mayor for his support in the event, the police who were there helping set up 3 p.m., as well as the DPW folks who were there with us all night and helped set up the stage. It was a great team effort, and I thought a very good event.
Yeah, just to piggyback, there was a lot of compliments of the park and the amount of people that were there, and people just enjoyed the music. I mean, it was people, some people dancing, but that was the Shamrock School of Music. They did a great job. They did a really great job.
We got a lot of wonderful comments, especially on social media regarding it. Everybody absolutely
That
had
was
a
a good
wonderful time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyone?
the follow-up on that, if there's a food vendor that's interested in participating in the next one, who's the contact? Is it Linda?
So Angelo's actually doing that, but you can send it to all of us.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Okay. There was some issues with one of the food vendors, but our Board of Health, is whoever it is that comes in, if you have anybody that's interested, they got to go through Board of Health, they have to go through the fire official if they're cooking anything.
Yeah,
If
no,
there's
this
open
is-
burn and stuff. It's a process, but.
Yeah, this is someone with experience in doing it for a while.
Because we'll be doing it for the fireworks too, right? The food truck for the fireworks?
Angelo's actually handling most of that.
We're also looking for Town Pride Day, so they can get in touch with me if they want to reserve a spot. That'd be great.
Okay,
Yeah, that'd be
will
good.
do.
All right.
Just real quick on Triborough Little League, closing ceremony is Saturday, if you can believe that already, which is unbelievable. It was a great season, 327 kids. We hope delivered a great experience for them. The majors round one playoff game just started 15 minutes ago, so if we get out of here on time, go catch the game. The finals for majors at Anderson will be on Thursday, and then we'll turn our attention to the state finals at the end of July, which we're hosting here in our borough. So the final 4 teams in New Jersey will travel here for 10U, which is going to be awesome.
What time is the ceremony on Saturday?
10 a.m. we start.
10. Okay.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay.
I have community events, the 4th of July fireworks, Saturday, June 25th, rain date, June 26th. We also do have Saturday, August 6th is the river cleanup at Sloan Park. That's 10 a.m. A lot of people have asked in the past whether children can come to that, and it's not as much encouraged for children because we're down by the river. You know, really town cleanup day is really something a little bit more based towards the kids and adults really more so, or, you know, older kids on August 6th. And then Friday, September 9th for the Sloan Park Festival again. So, and I'm excited for the fireworks. I think it's going to be great.
And we do have the Bob Koster 5K,
Yeah.
same day as Pride Day, which is September 24th.
Yeah.
Sign-ups will open up on July 1st for that. All right, anybody else?
I went to at the senior center meeting. They went on a trip to Lake George, and it was June 5th through 8th, and the ladies were complimenting DPW that they were there like at 3 a.m. to help them, and how nice they're taking care of the senior center. Whoever's, I think his name is Danny, some new guy, they're complimenting the way that they're keeping everything. And they're asking about the gazebo, the project, how long?
It's got to go out for bid.
Oh.
Okay, so we're in the process, it's basically design, but it's got to go out for bid. And hopefully we'll have that project completed before the end of the year.
And then with the library, they had in May, they had the dueling pianos. They were thinking about doing it again, but they want to possibly have the library personnel not have to pay, kind of like a perk, and I think it's a great idea to give them a little incentive. And they were talking about maybe doing like a bazaar, like collecting books, instead of just, you know, like the system that they have. Some lady said maybe put them on eBay. That's time consuming, but apparently there used to be a book fair at the senior center, and they made a lot of money. Or I don't know if they could use the fire hall. Apparently, like a book bazaar would be a good way to make money out of it.
Do you know when they want to plan the dueling pianos again? Is that next spring, or is that fall, or?
I don't know. I don't know, but they definitely want to do it again because
They should, it was fun.
It
They
was a
should.
lot of fun.
It was fun. Okay. Anybody else? Mike?
Yeah, we closed out, or in the process of closing out the Bogue basketball court grant, finally, after 3 years of COVID issues, and we installed the 3 tables with canopies up there about 2 weeks ago. If you get a chance to take a look, go ahead. And we did have, you see on the agenda tonight, the water breaks that we had last couple of weeks. And the one on Heather Lane did a lot of damage to the road, so that road will jump to the front of the line for paving this year.
Okay. Great.
I have a question. Down the hill, the Andrews, how long is that going to take?
Months.
Months.
Yes.
And when do they work? Like during the day? 'Cause
Monday to Friday, 7 to 3, Monday to Friday.
I haven't seen a lot of people there when it.
Well, they're basically, you can,
Still in the intersection there.
they're in the intersection of Glen, between Reeves and Glen. We did have a break there, which is on here. It's asbestos water pipe that's there, which is very brittle once you open the ground up. But once they get past there, they should be able to start really moving with that. But the project's huge, so it's going to be a while. So all the infrastructure work has to be done before they even think about curb or sidewalks or the rest of that stuff. Everything underground needs to be done. And again, people have to remember, that was a lake. It's on lake bed. So it's not easy digging. There's a lot of groundwater there. So they have to deal with that as they're putting drainage pipe in. Okay? That's it. Okay. I don't have anything, Fred?
Mayor, no, I don't have anything for it.
Okay. Item number 9, Resolution 2022 6.1 consent agenda. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments?
John, you want to make a comment on B? Thank her for her service?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So Farah Unas here, she was on our EDC for about 2 years. Her family is moving across the country, actually, which is unfortunate for the town. She's very involved, a very dedicated member to our EDC. She kind of joined up and hit the ground running right away. So she's definitely going to be missed. We're sorry that she did have to step down, but got a very good job offer, and she's moving out to San Diego. Thank you very much, Farah, for all your work.
We wish her the best. Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, one quick question on, excuse me, K, ABC liquor license renewal. I thought I read somewhere there was one that was in question. And the question I have, is that license going away, or it's going to remain and we're settling an issue?
I think it was a paperwork issue, and that, I think, has been resolved.
Everything's resolved, so
Okay,
we're good.
yeah, so
Everyone's
we're
good
good.
to be renewed.
All right, thanks, Bree.
Okay. All right. Roll call, please.
Catalano,
Yes.
Graziano,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Julin,
Yes.
Schubert.
Yes.
Councilman Yazdi isn't here for the record.
Okay, item 10, second final reading of public hearing, bond ordinance number 11-2022, amending bond ordinance 19-2022. Public notice statement, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this ordinance was posted in the municipal building, published in the Herald News, and copies were made available to the public so that a motion may be made that it be read by title.
Have a motion to read by title.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bond ordinance amending and supplementing bond ordinance number 19-2020, finally adopted on July 21st, 2020, as further amended and supplemented by bond ordinance number 21-2021, finally adopted on October 5th of 2021 by the Borough of Bloomingdale, County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, to increase appropriation referred to in Section 3A4 by $270,000, to increase the authorization of bonds or notes by $256,000, and to increase costs provided in NJSA 40A:2-20 therein.
Okay. Can I have a motion to open up public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak, please come up.
The Huntley 86 Van Dam, what is the increase for?
It's for the tennis courts. Because when we went out to bid 2 years ago, the pricing was one thing. Now with COVID and everything that hit, pricing of material is through the roof, so the project is about double the cost. So this mayor and council have gone to the county and have taken the open space grant from the DeLazier bathrooms and reappropriated it to this as well. And now we need to go back to this and amend this grant to get more money from the borough to do the final, to make us whole. So we do have to bid.
So what's the total cost for the tennis courts?
410 or 20,000, I think, is what the engineer has quoted us. Hopefully it's less than it, but that's what he has on his quote.
How much of this is due to the cost of increase, cost of gas and all of that? Is that most of it because of that? I mean,
That and material.
Could that wait another year? Would it be better for us?
The tennis courts are in really bad shape. I went up and looked at that, thinking kind of the same way. I don't think people should actually be playing on it. You got gouges in the court and they've been filled with tar and probably an inch and a half throughout the court. So they need to be done. And also, we added some drainage in there because we know the Bergen School's got drainage issues because there's water issues behind there, directly behind here. So we're going to fix the drainage underneath it. So that's probably a lot of the cost, or a good part of it, to do it right. That was originally, I guess, Green Acres money going back 30 years ago. They are 30 years old. tennis courts. So, but we did apply to the county to move $120,000.
$125.
Approximately, 125 from the bathrooms at the Leisure, so we won't have to incur the cost. We have to outlay it, but then we'll get that money to offset the cost.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else wishing to speak? Seeing no one, motion to close public hearing?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
I'm sorry, can I just a quick question on this one?
Sure.
With the recent land sale, which we completed, and that influx of cash, can we revisit the amount that we look to bond here? Because we've had these discussions, obviously,
In the
before
past.
that.
We can.
Okay.
All right, but we need to get the money in place to physically go out for bid. We could always put money towards that to offset the cost.
And don't use
If
it.
we wanted to, we don't use it, then you cancel the remaining amount
Right.
off of that. So that can be done. We have to have that conversation with that
Okay.
for other things, because we're trying to offset some cost of the other stuff that we need to buy.
Yeah, no, I agree that the tennis courts are in poor condition.
Yeah.
And it needs.
I get asked about them all the time when they're going to be done. 'cause
Yeah, no,
people don't
I'm not
spend-
refuting that.
Yeah.
It's just when we were having these conversations, the land deal hadn't been
Yeah.
closed. And now that it has, things
that's
have
a
changed, so I
yeah.
think if we can have further discussions about offsetting this, I think that would be wise.
I know we've been talked as a council and stuff about the items that don't have a useful life of, like this is gonna, you just got done saying that the 30-year life to it. So I don't know if that's the way you want to spend that money, on something that's gonna have this 30-year life, where people 30 years from now would be benefiting from this. Where if you have a bond, they're gonna be paying into that and benefiting as one way to look at it as well, so.
Okay.
So think both thoughts.
But it's a conversation
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be, that would make sense, though, to have the conversation.
Yeah, because I know there is going to be recommendations from finance, with their thoughts, so we're going to have to sit with them and get all that together. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Roll call.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Julian?
Yes.
Schubert?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Okay. New business. Introduction of ordinance number 12-2022, 2022 index rate cap bank. You have a motion to read by title.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
An ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 40A:4-45.14. And this can be scheduled for final hearing and adoption on July 19.
Okay. Introduction of resolution number 2022 6.11, introduction of the 2022 municipal budget. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Or should we do a roll call there, right? Yeah. Roll call, please.
Hudson?
Yes.
Julian?
Yes.
Schubert?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes.
Adoption of resolution number 2022 6.12, self-examination of the 2022 municipal budget. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any questions?
Self-examination, just a little definition there?
Our CFO has to certify, she's allowed X amount of years, we can do a certification right here, so she's.
Oh, okay.
State does it every 3 years,
And
and
then-
then the 2 years in between, she has the authority to self-examine, make sure everything is done with her license.
Gotcha, okay, thank you.
Done a lot.
All right, roll call, please.
Julian?
Yes.
Schubert?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Okay. Adoption of resolution number 2022 6.13, computing 2022 reserve for uncollected taxes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Schubert?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Julian,
Yes.
Item B, adoption of resolution number 2022 6.14, authorizing estimated tax bill for third quarter of 2022. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this questions regarding the budget,
No, this is questions regarding this particular item.
just the item?
Yes. The budget will be on, questions for the public will be July 19th. And I encourage the council, if you have any questions between now and then, you get a hold of the CFO and she will go over it with you. Okay. Roll call.
Catalano,
Yes.
Graziano,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Julian,
Yes.
Schubert,
Yes.
Okay. Introduction of ordinance number 13-2022, amended Chapter 14, General Licensing for Cannabis Business. Okay, a motion to read by title.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale in the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 14, General Licensing of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale to address cannabis businesses in the borough. And Mr. Mayor, this can be scheduled for public hearing and adoption on June 28th.
June 28th. Okay. Item D, introduction of ordinance number 14-2022, amending Chapter 92, zoning of cannabis retail wholesale. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to read by title. An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale in the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 92 zoning of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale to address cannabis wholesalers. And this ordinance can be scheduled for public hearing and adoption on August 16th, as it needs to go to Planning Board first.
Item E, introduction of ordinance number 15-2022.
Can I make just a quick comment, please, if I could?
Sure.
On the cannabis piece, because I missed the vote, that meeting. And I just had a couple of thoughts, if that's okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. I went back and forth on this one quite a bit, and when I was elected the president of Little League, I found myself in a tough spot, right? Somebody that's running a Little League and giving a vote on something like this is, it weighed heavily on me. And then I had several meetings with our police chief, and we talked about this. And my thoughts changed because we're providing structure, and I think we're giving our police department the tools to enforce what our market's going to look like. And I'm in favor of that. That's all I want to say.
I think we're all in agreement with that. That's why we took our time doing this and get it to where we think is the right place to be.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, item E, introduction of ordinance number 15-2022, amending Chapter 92 zoning schedule of regulations in the M1Q zone. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
An ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale in the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 92 zoning, Article 7, Schedule of Regulations, Section 92-58, the M1Q Light Industrial and Quarry Zone of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale. And Mr. Mayor, this will also be referred to Planning Board, so the public hearing and adoption can be scheduled for August 16th.
All right. Item F, introduction of bond ordinance number 16-2022, 2022 general capital reconstruction to various road projects. Have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Bond ordinance providing for the reconstruction of various roads by and in the Borough of Bloomingdale in the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,075,000 therefore, inclusive of a New Jersey Department of Transportation grant in the amount of $290,600, and authorizing the issuance of $784,400 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof. And this will be scheduled for final public hearing and adoption on July 28th. I'm sorry, it's June 28th, I'm sorry.
June 20th. Okay. Can I have a motion to open up late public comment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anybody wishing to speak? Come on up, Linda.
Linda Huntley, 86 Van Dam. On 110 Van Dam, in the front, in the curb, the drain, where the drain is, the concrete's all broken up, and you can see the pipes underneath the road.
110 Van Dam?
Yeah.
Mike, you got that down?
I mean, I would have thought that the DPW, they go past here every day, and you know, why they didn't take care of that. You had the street sweeper coming, they don't notice this stuff?
I don't know that, but usually I notice that stuff.
'Cause it's been for a while.
I'm just wondering why that wasn't fixed when we did Van Dam.
I think it may have happened
That's my
afterwards.
thoughts. Okay. How close is that to your house?
It's Sue Smith's old house.
Oh, okay, at the other end. All right. Okay. Anyone else wishing to come up? Seeing no one, motion to close?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we do have one matter of contract negotiation in executive session. There will be no action taken after. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.